Okay.
I'm James Duval, and I'm out here with Sierra. I don't have a farm, but I have 2 little gardens, and I'm going to show her the gardens and describe to her of what I do to them to prepare the soil and fertilize it and things that I plant in it. And, I've got this little garden here, and I've already showed Sierra the little rows on that side is the okra row. This is squash rows right here, yellow squash, crookneck, and straight neck. And the center row over here is a bed of different types of mint that I raise, peppermint, spearmint. Also, I've got sage in that row. And this is sweet pepper, bell pepper. The row over here next to the edge is eggplant. It's similar to squash, only it's a deep purple color, and it's real good to slice, batter, and fry. So I guess we can move up to the other garden. I've got another garden.
We gotta stay here because I can't take the camera.
Can't take the camera. All right, well I have another garden on the hill up there that I have corn and tomatoes and squash in that garden also. And I've got a little bigger garden up there on the hill next to the big rock up there. And it's already planted, but some of it's coming up, but it's not all up yet. We haven't had enough rain to bring it all up, but as soon as we get a little bit of rain, I should have a full garden up there. And all we need to do is to work it. As it grows, you have to get in it, you have to take a tiller or a hoe and go out the middle, clean it out, stir up the soil good, pull the dirt to the plants, and keep it cleaned out, keep the weeds and grass and everything out of it. That's the only way that you can have a good garden or farm. You have to keep your garden cleaned out, keep it worked. And that's about all I can tell you about it. I've been doing it all of my life. My daddy taught me how to do it. And I've always had a garden, and I guess I will as long as I'm able to have one. And I've known Sierra all of her life. She's a good girl, and I appreciate her.
Do you want to explain the soil?
What now?
The soil, why you planted here? The soil?
The soil.
Yeah,
Well, yes,
I
used a plant here because of the soil. It's a real rich, black, loose soil, and it raises lots of good stuff. I have raised tomatoes on this spot, and I had one time I had a tomato patch here that I got tomatoes out of that weighed 3 pounds each. Some of the biggest tomatoes I ever raised. It's some very good soil, rich soil. And then the garden on the hill up there, to the left of the big rock, it's also good soil. It's dark soil. It's a little bit rocky, but it raises a lot of stuff. And that's about all I can tell you about it.
Do you like spray any pesticides on your plants?
Hardly ever, unless it's on beans or something like that. I don't use pesticides on anything like okra, squash, pepper, or eggplant, or nothing like that. I don't use pesticides on that. Sometimes you have to use pesticides if you're raising beans or peas or stuff like that. Have to keep the worms out. If you don't, they will get in your pods and they'll ruin your vegetables. But normally I don't use pesticides. Hardly ever that I use pesticides. Just I fertilize it good when I plant it, and then I keep it worked, keep the dirt full to the plant. As the plant grows, I heap the dirt to the root. That makes it hold the moisture in the ground, makes the plants grow. Keeps the grass and all different stuff that grows up in your middle, so you'll have all kinds of growth coming. You don't keep it plowed out and worked out with the hose. So that's the way I do my garden. That's about all I know to tell you. Is there anything else you need to know?
Hold on. Okay, we still got it. So most of your stuff is all organic foods?
Yeah. I just fertilize the row when I plant it. And then after that, I hardly ever do anything to it other than work it and pull the dirt to it. I hold the middles out between the rows and keep it, as the plant grows, I keep keeping the dirt to the plant. And that protects it and makes it have a deep root and makes it thrive during dry times when they don't get much rain, and you don't have to worry about it. You keep pulling the dirt to the root of the plant. Is there anything else you can think of you need to know about it?
When you buy foods from the supermarket, from like the stores and all, do you buy organic food or you just buy regular?
Well, really I don't have anything to do with that. My wife does that. She goes to the store and she buys sometimes things from the produce counter, but most of the produce that we eat comes from our garden. But every once in a while we will buy something out of the produce counter, but mostly the vegetables that we eat come from our garden.
Do you know what GMOs are?
Do what?
GMOs are, do you know what they are?
No, I don't.
Okay, they're genetically modified organisms, and what it does is it is using engineering technologies to help us grow and all.
The only thing to help it grow, the only thing that I ever used after it gets growing pretty well is sometimes I will use a little bit of nitrate of soda. That's a fertilizer that you can go down the middle of the rows and throw a little in the middle, not at the base of the plant, but back from the plant, in the middles up through your garden, and then it melts with the first rain, and it seeps into the root of the plant, and it feeds it, makes it grow and grow healthy, makes it produce better. So that's the only thing I do after I plant it. I will use a little bit of nitrate of soda.
How do you deal with weeds?
With a hoe or a tiller. I just run my tiller out the middle, and then I use my hoe and hoe between the plants and pull the dirt to the plants. And I run my tiller right up to each middle as I plow out the middles, and then I come back and hoe the dirt and pull it to the plant.
Okay. What is the easiest food that you grow?
It's what now?
The easiest food that you plant and grow?
The easiest food? I would say tomatoes. They're the least trouble. You get the plants and set them out and let them get to growing, fertilize them a little bit, and then I've got wire baskets that I put over them to hold them up off the ground to keep them up from getting down onto the ground. And I've got high wire baskets that comes up about 3 or 4 feet tall, and I put them around them after they get growing, and that holds the fruit up, the tomato up off the ground, so it won't be down on the ground. If they're on the ground, they will get what they call dry rot, and it will ruin your tomatoes. And then the chipmunks and the little animals can get to them better, and they'll eat them and destroy them. So I always put them in wire baskets to keep them up off of the ground.
Do you want to explain the worms that you were explaining to me, the cutworms?
The cutworm. The cutworm is a little long caterpillar type worm that has sharp pincers on his head, and he can cut a plant down overnight. He'll go into the roots and they'll cut your plant off, and it'll wither, wilt, and die. It can be looking pretty like that today, and you come back in the morning, it'll be wilted and fell down on the ground, and the root will be cut off. The cutworms will cut the roots underneath the surface of the soil.
Why is it important that you grow all the food that you eat?
Because
Why is it important that you grow all the crops and all that you grow?
Well, it's important to me because my daddy did it, my granddaddy did it. They were both farmers, and that's the way I was raised. We had a big garden every year. That's just a small garden that I have. We always had big gardens, huge gardens. It's just something that you get used to doing, and you don't get away from it. It gets, so to speak, gets into your blood, and when springtime comes, you want to go to plant. You want to turn over some dirt, and put some seed in it, and watch it grow. It's just a lot of satisfaction of seeing it grow and making it yourself instead of buying it out of the store with the help of the good Lord.
How successful are you? Like each year?
Normally, I have pretty good success, but you have a lot of dry weather, then you have to use sprinkler system to keep it water. That gets expensive. You have to pay for the water line from the city or county water. It gets expensive. If you get a reasonable amount of rain, then you don't have to. Well, nothing else that I know of. As the plants grow, I keep working on them, pulling the dirt to the root, and then when the plants start producing and fruit starts to come on, then all you got to do is watch them and gather them before the chipmunks and wild animals get them. Because when they're ready to get you, you better get them or they will get them. They'll come underneath you. That's about all I can tell you. It's just a lot of satisfaction in growing your own vegetables. It's a lot different. It seems to taste better than the ones you go to the grocery store and buy. They do to me. I just enjoy doing it. There's a lot of satisfaction in doing it yourself, watching it grow, working it. And then when the vegetables begin to come on, going out to your own garden, gathering your vegetables in the garden instead of going to the supermarket to get them. Gathering yourself from your own garden.
Thank you very much for letting me videotape you and answering questions.
Appreciate you wanting to videotape me. I hope you don't break your camera.
Do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.